Human being, we live in the sense pleasure world. Our happiness come through this sixth sense door, through what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch, what we think of. Then we are happy, and we go after those things. Hope that having more of that will make us happier. Okay, buy a nice car, get a second car, clothes, food, vacation, you name it. This is how we live in. But somehow there is another refined form of happiness. The happiness doesn't require any material thing. The happiness that comes from the mind that doesn't want anything in the world. And that is happiness comes from meditation. When you close your eye and then you can let go your worry, your attachment, then your mind come back. And this is what people don't know. They have no idea that this happiness can be found. So they come to Thailand, they did some research, and then they come to Thailand, they got themselves ordained, and then they meditate. And many of them have achieved the inner peace inside themselves at the end of the 30 days because they hang out with the people, with the like-minded people who love meditation. So we do nothing, okay, besides the Dhamma study, learn some wisdom, and then most of the time we practice mindfulness and meditation. And that is why a lot of people have surprised that, wow, happiness is here with me all the time. I just have no idea how to find it. So meditation, to me, is very important to life. So every human being should pay attention to develop the quality of his or her own mind through the meditation practice. Any technique that you feel comfortable would do the job. Okay, we're not here to force you to practice only one meditation technique. No, whatever you already feel comfortable, please come and join us, and please continue practice on your own. This is the space for you to help you to be more disciplined and help you to strengthen your meditation practice. So let's talk about a little bit about the foremost basic human desire. In here, not only the wisdom from the Buddha to reflect on our own life, and at the last item, I will pinpoint of how important of meditation to the meaning of life. Okay, so stay tuned. Number one, well, I think there's no doubt that, everyone is looking for material wealth, right? Every lifetime that we born, the life comes with expenses. We need food, we need clothes, we need shelter, and we need medicine. So this is the basic need. And to obtain that, we need to have some way to obtain it. So we need to go to school, get ourselves education, find good job. Hope that job can bring us some material wealth so we can take good care of these basic needs for ourselves, and then help people around us, the family member and friends, to live a comfortable life. So without material wealth, life will be very difficult to survive. Okay, and even though everyone looking for wealth, but it doesn't mean that everyone can get it. Okay, again, it depends on your life goal as well, how far you want to go down to the road of material accumulation to accumulate wealth. I don't know, how many of us here set goal to be the #1 richest man on the planet. Okay, so but the starting point of getting wealth is about to fulfill our basic need. Okay, if you already feel enough, you feel content, I think that is wealth already, because the Buddha mentioned that there is no greatest gift than having good health, and there is no greater wealth than contentment. If you feel content, then your life is okay, enough. A villager here where I live with them, in the eye of the city people, they look at them as a poor people. But to me, when I live with them, I experience them, I don't think anyone here feel poor. They have enough and they feel content. They have land, so they grow rice, they grow their own vegetable, they have chicken, they have cow, they have clothes to wear, they have lovely family member. Everyone know each other and everyone support each other. This village is so wonderful and very warm, welcoming, and that's how I feel. So people here, they keep on smiling. I don't see they're suffering so much about financial issue. And to me, this is considered great wealth because they feel content of who they are, of how they live their life, of everything that they have. They have no aim to be the richest people on the planet, but they can live life happy every single day that they wake up. Life here is very relaxed, and I think it's also very meaningful as well. Okay, and that's #1 that people are looking for, people in the past, people in this day, and people in the future. I'm not here to share with you how to accumulate wealth, because I believe everyone knows the reason you get up in the morning and go to work because you're looking for material wealth. But one thing I like to pinpoint here that you may not aware of, this is called the 6th drain on wealth. If you're already wealthy, be aware of these 6 things. We can call it the road to ruin or the road to destruction. #1, involved in drug and alcohol. Stay away from them. #2, roaming the street at night. Okay, enjoy the nightlife so much. And #3, habitual partying. party too much. Every weekend have to go somewhere and do something, okay? Spend money on that. And number 4, gambling, okay, understandable. And number 5, hanging with the bad companion, with the bad friends, people who drag you down to this road of destruction. And number 6, laziness. Okay, so these are the 6 things that the Buddha give us the warning. If you have them, make sure you stay away from them. If you don't have them, lucky you, happy for you. Continue to stay away from them. And if you already have people you love involved with this thing, okay, gambling, drug, alcohol, do your best to find a way to help them out of this cycle. Okay, it doesn't do any good. All right. And the second thing that everyone is looking for is called fame. After you have enough material wealth, and now we're looking for credibility, because we are not alone in the society. Wherever we go, we live with people. So we must make sure that we protect our credibility. Make sure you're not the one who causes trouble to yourself and people around you. Some people may graduate from the good school, okay, on top of the class, but wherever these people go, maybe no one want to work with them. They're the one who cause problem to people around them and create an uncomfortable feeling wherever they go. So this is something, you know, we need to think about it. Intelligence is one thing, wisdom is another thing, right? Intelligent is people who learn something fast and can acquire the new knowledge and apply them into the fast pace. But intelligent people not necessarily mean they have wisdom. Okay, in the eyes of Buddhists, wisdom is the people who know how to deal with life in a wholesome way. They may not have a lot of education, but they know how to live good life. Wherever these people go, people love them. People love to have them around. If you look at people in your community or at your workplace, you may have the driver or the messenger or people in the kitchen. These people who get low pay, low position than you, but you feel like you feel good to have them around. Feel good every time you talk to them. So these kind of people, okay, is something that worth reflecting on. It's the people who have wisdom of how to live good life, how to live life happy. Okay, so make sure you got your credibility. This is something that we need to pay attention to protect it well. And the second dimension of fame, it's about having good friend in our life, having good spouse, having good children, having good friend and family, having good subordinate, having good boss. Basically have good people in our life. If you already have this, okay, credibility and good people in your life, you should feel grateful for that, because not everyone can have that. Okay, we may want to have good people in our life, but it's not the case all the time. People that you live with, usually sometimes, oftentimes they bring problem into our life. So on top of having financial freedom, having wealthy, having good, income, those stuff first, and then later on people looking for something called fame, okay, which come with 2 meaning, good credibility and, having good people into our life. If you have them, protect them, okay, guard them, make sure you have more of them into your life. And these are the 4 things that we should be prepared and be avoid. It's called the 4 impure action. If you avoid doing these 4 things, you protect your fame, you protect your credibility. First, harming yourself and harming others. And second one, stealing, don't stealing or taking something that not belong to you. And number 3 is false speech. Okay, false speech come into 4 meaning: telling a lie, telling bad word, telling something nonsense, and it's called divisive speech. Say something that break people into 2 groups. So these are the 4 meaning of false speech. And the last one is commit adultery or sexual misconduct. So people who to do all this or some of this, usually they have a bad credibility wherever they go. All right, so make sure you are aware of this one. And after accumulate wealth, having good credibility, is there anything else that human beings are looking for? And this is the one. We're looking for having long life, not just long life. We're looking for having good health as well. So if we live long life, we can do something we love. We can spend time with people we love more. We can enjoy the work that we love more, and we can do more things, a better thing, okay, for this world a lot longer if we can live long. But live long with good health. If someone live long but have poor health, then nothing much you can enjoy, right? Because we have to spend most of the time go see the doctor and spend time in hospitalize ourselves. So this is the 3rd one that people are looking for. I believe you know how to take good care of your life, okay? Eat good food, exercise, have enough rest. I have been saying this for many times. But the question is, everyone know, but you do it or not, that's another thing. Okay, there's a lot of preventable disease that we can prevent ourselves from getting sick from those diseases. However, there are many people die because of those diseases, something that preventable, like diabetes, high blood pressure, stress, heart disease, those kind of things. Drinking, alcoholic, and smoking. This help shorten our life. So stay away from them. Is there anything else after we have three of these? Wealth, fame, and longevity. And the answer is yes. Now we're looking for a heaven world, a good life after death, right? But we just don't know. We don't know much about life after death. Somehow we hope that after we die, we hope to go to the better place. Okay, so let's take a look of how to obtain all of this that I just mentioned. I'm going to share with you the concept, okay, and then I want you to reflect on this and put into practice. So to accumulate wealth, we should develop the mind of giving or practice generous. The more you give, the more you gain. The more you become stingy, you lock the door of wealth of your own self. Okay, you prevent wealth from coming to you because your mind doesn't want to give. Your mind don't want to give. Your mind only keep, only take. I love to take, I don't love to give. So this is not the right way of practice of building your own wealth. Okay, so 5 ways to give. Reach out to help people. Giving not necessarily mean giving money. Okay, you can give your good advice. You can use physical help. You give your labor to help someone to do something. Okay, so 5 ways to reach out and give more. Okay, but again, don't trouble yourself. Give as you can give. So I believe you can find ways to help people out there when help is needed anywhere. Look for it and reach out to give. Okay, in Christianity also, right? Sometimes people dedicate 10% of their salary for the church, for the community service, and this is a very nice thing. Same thing in Islam, in Islamic world as well. They have something called zakat, right? So people need to find way to reach out to help poor people, and that's how they accumulate wealth, not only in this lifetime, but we're talking about in the future lifetime as well. So 5 ways to give. What about fame? How can we protect our credibility? Now we're talking about the morality, right? To observe precept. Make sure you don't harm yourself, avoid harming oneself, harming others, avoid stealing, avoid sexual misconduct, avoid false speech, and avoid intoxicant. So if you have this thing in place, then you protect your credibility in the long run. And not only you protect your credibility, I think it helps you to accumulate, to protect your wealth as well. What about longevity? Longevity comes with the deep meaning here explained by the Buddha. If someone observes just 5 precepts, this is the insurance for us to be able to reborn as a human being again in the future life. Because as long as you don't kill others, that means you don't shorten your life. Every time that you born again in the future, you can live life longer because you don't harm anybody and for your whole life, right? Without intoxicant, without drug, without gambling, without sexual misconduct. Again, this helps you to reborn with good complexion, with good health, with healthy body and healthy mind in the future. Okay, so I think it's come with a quite interesting way of looking at how to live long, not only in this life, but in the future life as well. And number 4, heaven world deal with meditation. The question is, what meditation has anything to do with heaven world or a good life after death? To me, I like to pinpoint here because it's quite deep and it's quite interesting. We may have not heard about something like this before. So in the eyes of Buddhist monk, meditation is not just for relaxation. People meditate just to relax, to reduce stress, and that's what most people come to meditation practice, which is good, okay? It's nothing wrong with that. Start from there. But you know what? You have no idea what's waiting for you down the road of meditation journey. As long as you keep coming back to the cushion, sit and continue sitting, in the long run, you will discover something that much deeper than just relaxation. Ultimate aim of Buddhist meditation is to develop the quality of the mind to the purest state of the mind. In the mind of the Buddha and those monks in the past, wise people in the past, they have achieved that level where their mind is free from mental impurity, free from defilement, greed, hatred, and illusion. Because the mind is the source of thinking, is the mind, right? If our source of thinking is pure from greed, hatred, and illusion, it's become wholesome state. And in that wholesome state of mind, the way we think, the way we act, and the way we say things will automatically be an wholesome action. And if someone lives life wholesome, the way you think, the way you do things, and the way you say things wholesomely for the rest of your life, if the body breaks, where would you go? Definitely you go to a good place, because you in your whole life you harm no one, you steal nothing from anyone, you have develop loving kindness and compassion to everyone that you meet, that you live with. So this is a good quality of the mind. And he emphasized one thing: if there is only one thing that when it gets cultivated and developed will only bring peace and happiness into our life, not only in this lifetime but for the future lifetime, and that's one thing is called human mind. You see? And how can we develop the mind? Meditation is the promising way for us to utilize to develop the quality of our own mind. So that is why I feel very happy to see everyone come and join this session and meditate together, because you don't know what's waiting for you. You may looking for peace and happiness in the next 30 minutes, which is okay, absolutely okay, and go from there. The reason we join the session, the reason we do something, we go exercise, we having lunch, dinner with our friend, because we're looking for happiness. But now here in this session, we're looking for a refined form of happiness. And without knowing, by keep on looking for this refined form of happiness inside our mind through the meditation practice, and down the road, it helps develop the quality of your mind bit by bit. Every time you sit, something had changed internally in your own mind. You may not notice that, but believe me, something gradually changed little by little. 1 year from now, if you stick into the structure, you meditate, at the end of this year, you will not be the same person. You will not wearing the same mind. The way you see the world, the way you understand things, the way you handle difficult situations will not be the same. You will become an imperturbable person. Your mind will become imperturbable. You will be a person who will be quite difficult to get upset with anything in this world. And that's the beauty of practice meditation that I would like to emphasize. Okay, so the next 90 days, challenge yourself to meditate every day. Okay, start from 5 minutes until you get to 45 minutes at the end of 90 days. And last week I create the 90-day meditation sheet. I don't know if Teddy still have that. Maybe you can share with the group so you guys can use it, or you can just simply print out the calendar and stick on the board and just count day by day. Okay, start from 5 minutes a day. Okay, so maybe I can share with you guys tomorrow about the 90-day challenges plan. Okay, so again, in short, make sure to develop generosity and being a virtuous person, develop morality and practice meditation every day. And this how you can obtain wealth. Not only obtain for this, you can secure them for the future lifetime as well. Wealth, fame, longevity, and a good heaven world. Okay, all right. So, hope it's not too much for today. Now, for the second half of the session, we will meditate together. So make sure you get yourself comfortable wherever you are. Let's take a few good deep breaths before we meditate. Just breathe in and out deeply for a few times. If you plan to sit on the floor or sitting on the chair, again, make sure you have enough accessory with a pillow, blanket, anything at all to support your knee, your back, which will allow you to sit comfortably for the next 30 minutes. Okay? All right. Welcome everyone back to the session. That was about 30 minutes meditating together in silence. I do hope everyone finds some inner peace inside your mind during that session. To me, even 1% that your mind feel peace and calm, this is considered success, okay? Because human mind is a very refined element. It's the most complicated element in the universe. We don't even know where the mind is, and now we come to practice meditation, which is try to train the mind to be still and keep the mind inside the body. And the reason the mind doesn't want to stay inside the body for long as we expect, as we wanted to, because the mind never get trained to be still. The mind doesn't get used to stay still in the body, and that's all. So if you know this fact, all you have to do is to increase your meditation time, increase your mindfulness practice during the day to bring the mind back to the body more often. And the good news is the mind can be trained to be still. If you keep doing this, keep being mindful, keep remind yourself to be mindful and bring the mind back more often during the day, whatever you do, then eventually the mind will become more obedient and it will stay still by itself. Okay, and nothing magical, the mind can be trained. And again, feel free to, if you have questions or want to share experience, please type into the chat box, okay? And we will meet again tomorrow, same time, 7 to 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. But start from next week, we only meet on Saturday, okay? Just keep to remind you again in case you don't aware of that, okay? So whatever happened in your meditation practice, again, reflect on it. Okay, every session to me is a good session. We can always learn something from each session that we sit with a good experience or not so good experience. We can learn from it and we can develop it and we can put everything we learn into practice to make it better for the next session. Okay. Question from Nathan. One topic not discussed is romantic love. Many of us want to love more than we want fame or wealth, but how do we find romantic love without getting attached? Okay, again, we live in the sense pleasure world, falling in love, love yourself and love others, and that's very common as a human being. The Buddha himself, he had gone through that. He was born prince, his life was perfect, okay, live in the palace, beautiful wife, beautiful servants, they're all women. It's a sense pleasure world. Again, there is nothing wrong with that. This is called Kama Sukha, is the happiness come from sense pleasure. Nothing wrong with that. Don't get the teaching of the Buddha wrongly. But it's come with attachment. That's the thing. When we attach, we expect that we can control that happiness. We expect that we can sustain that happiness. And when things doesn't go the way we expect, then we are suffering. And when we are suffering, we don't know how to deal with that suffering. And that is why, this day, we're talking about millions of people committed suicide. Someone don't love me, I jump off the roof. I kill myself because they don't love me. Okay, and this is the drawback of attachment. It is hard, okay, to all of a sudden let go, okay, and don't attach to anything. This is not the case, but we should develop wisdom toward life. In everything that you do, we need to develop responsibility, right? If you are in relationship, make sure you have integrity, toward that relationship. You be a responsible father, responsible boss, and responsible husband, to the role that you have to play. Be responsible for it fully. At the same time, you have to remind yourself that, life, suffering is the nature of life. Separation is coming, sooner or later. Sickness is coming, death is coming, getting old is coming. So this is something that Buddhist monk, we reflect every day after the evening chanting to remind ourselves not to attach in anything in the whole world. It's not easy, but the mind can be trained toward that wisdom. Because when something happens, then we have been prepared, we immune ourselves, and when it happens, we're not too much suffering. Okay, we can accept it and move on. All right. For Melanie, how to know that I am received what was lost? I'm not quite sure the question. How to know that I am receiving what was lost? It's maybe you might have to clarify a little bit. Okay, what you mean by knowing what was lost. So if you feel content in your life, that means you regain your confidence, right? You may lost something, you may receive something, things happen, things come and goes, right, and fall. But if you look at life and you feel content, okay, you may not need anything, you feel complete. And when you feel complete, you are happy, right? Whether you can get something that you lost back or not, and just learn how to feel content and to see what life will hand you for the next step. Okay, have confidence and move on with your life. For Bindu, how minimum or maximum can I meditate every day to make a habit? I'm planning to meditate every day for 90 days. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, that's a good attitude. I like you to take something simple and small. Okay, keep this concept. Simple means any technique you feel good for you. Breathing meditation, walking meditation, visualization or mantra. Keep it simple. First, keep it simple. And second, keep it small. Keep it small means start from something very small. Start from even 5 minutes. If you can do 5 minutes twice a day, after wake up or before bed or during the day, give yourself 5 minutes and go from there. And after you done 5 minutes for 1 week, and the second week, can you move to 10 minutes? Morning 10 minutes and afternoon 10 minutes. And then later on, okay, another 10 days, you move to 30 minutes once a day 30 minutes. And then later on, you can get to 40 minutes or 1 hour. But again, start from something simple and start from small, okay? Just start from 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is good. But if you feel like 5 minutes not enough, go ahead, start from 10 minutes. But don't start from the first day on your plan, start 1 hour. I'm going to sit 1 hour, start from today for the next 90 days. Usually people quit along the way because it's hard. It's hard to find 1 hour to sit and doing nothing. And it's hard because you don't see the result as you expect. And then you get bored and then you want to quit. Okay? So go from something small, start from 5 minutes. For meditation, others blaming me for their wrong. I detach with meditation and have power over me and peaceful. That's wonderful, Melanie. This is wonderful. That means you are mindful of what's happening. And when you are mindful, you can develop your right view toward what's happening. Now you know this is not your fault. People may misunderstand you or whatever it is. So just understand it. And when you understand, the mind is liberated. The mind cling on nothing, the mind free from worry, and then you can be at peace. Okay, whatever people say to you, whatever people do to you, just keep on smiling. That's the beauty of meditation practice. It helps you to strengthen the willpower of your own self. And that is why I feel like meditation is not just for relaxation. It's beyond that realm of relaxation. It's immune yourself and prepare yourself from what's coming to you in the future moment, which we have no idea. Maybe something good, maybe something bad can be happening. And it helps us to bring back the clarity of our mind on a daily basis. When the mind is clear, we can see things the way they are. And that helps us to understand. And when we understand, we can let go, we can accept, we can forgive, we can forget. We can make a better decision. We can have a wholesome attitude toward what's happening because our mind is clear. Okay, so thank you everyone for the question. Sorry if if you feel like I did not fully answer your question, again, feel free to ask me again. Anyway, please feel free to stop by, okay, on your own pace. Everything that we learn here will be recorded and uploaded to YouTube, and feel free to check it out and relearn on your own pace, and meditation by yourself during the weekday, and we meet together here online on the weekend like this. Okay, so wish everyone have a nice meditation today, and please have a good weekend. Enjoy your meditation practice on your own, and see you again next session. All right.